Alright, fuckers, welcome back to some more Total Extreme Wrestling. We might not have the B team tonight, but we've got the B brand 2 hours of Smackdown live. So, we've got some more backstage locker room incidents. Last time out, Sonya Deville bought pizza for everybody, which was pretty good. I don't know how she afforded that on her jobber salary, but somehow she managed to afford to buy the whole locker room pizza, and it must have cost a lot because we all know Nia Jax could eat about 10 boxes of pizza alone, so fuck knows how much Sonya had to pay in order to do that. Before we can move on for tonight, we've got an incident involving Primo and Finlay. Primo Cologne was brought before the wrestler's court, accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up. Annoying everyone else, the judge Finlay found him guilty and sentenced him to clean it up, then buy drinks for everyone after the show. Again, poor Primo Cologne, that's him going to be out of pocket. And Primo has improved his behaviour as a result of this incident. Who's Finlay think he is, man? Just smash him. That's what I would do, right? So, we've dealt with the locker room issues. We're about to get into tonight's show. Looking forward to this. Should be a good one. I think this is... I know I say it nearly every show, but I do believe this is going to be our best rated show of the series. And I think it will finally take us into the 70s and hopefully get us that B rating we've been looking for. Anyway, without further... let's get into the action. Yep, run the show. We've booked it, we're ready to go. Let's give me the first pre-show match, and it is a bout between Becky Lynch and Tamina. In a match that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Becky Lynch defeated Tamina in 648 by pinfall with a pump handle slam 55C-. Lana, oh my god, I need to take Lana away from Tamina. I don't know why they're still together, makes fucking no sense. Tamina's improving in technical skills, but nobody cares. See, at this stage, I just don't see how there can possibly be a run for Tamina, you know what I mean? She's just there really to job. I think her character is over with, you know. I don't see another title run in the future at all. Up next in the pre-show match, we've got the Usos taking on the Colognes. And about a decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The Usos defeated the Colognes in 10 minutes 12, when Jay defeated Primo by pinfall with a double super kick. 62C rating. Usos are not set to the gimmick for whatever reason. Both teams had great chemistry though, and you see the Usos just in a different league from the Colognes really at the moment. In-ring performances are 66 and 65, the Colognes both coming in at 45. And in the final pre-show match, we've got Asuka taking on Sonya Deville. In a pre-show bout of decent wrestling but not much heat, Asuka defeated Sonya Deville in 7:25 by submission with an Asuka lock, a 61C rating. Sonya Deville not suited to her gimmick. Asuka in-ring performance is 67. Sonya Deville in-ring performance of 45. Right, we're ready now. Smackdown is upon us. Let's get in to the show. So we kick off the Smackdown show and we're in the parking lot. A limo pulls up, the door opens, and it's The Miz. The A-list celebrity is here. The Miz has arrived on Tuesday night SmackDown, and The Miz clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script. He performed well, and it's got a 75B. So The Miz, on his way to SmackDown, will he respond to Daniel Bryan last week calling him out? We'll find out later on tonight in the show. After that, we've got a replay package showing some action from last week's main event, and AJ Styles saving Jeff Hardy from a 2-on-1 beatdown by Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura. After the highlight package is shown, a match card for tonight with AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy taking on Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura is shown. So tonight's main event has been revealed. It's going to be AJ and Hardy taking on Joe and Nakamura. Both the storylines have advanced with this segment, and it got a 73B-, so good stuff there. Very decent rating indeed. Good start to the show. Very strong start indeed. And first match of the night, in a decent match, the Bar defeated the Club in 8:48 when Sheamus defeated Luke Gallows by pinfall with a brogue kick. It's got a 71C+. Cesaro, for whatever reason, seemed off his game. This match got the crowd hotter. Anderson in-ring performance at 50, Gallows 57, Cesaro 72, and Sheamus 77. We'll move on. Decent match to kick off the night. Backstage we have the Bludgeon Brothers. They're attacking two members of the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, and they leave them down and out. It's advanced the storyline. Unfortunately, it's lost a bit of heat. We'll try and get that back though later. But a 58 C-, the Ronan and Harper attacking Big E and Woods backstage, leaving them down and out. And that means they cannot accompany Kofi Kingston for the match. And in a decent match, Harper defeated Kofi Kingston in 9:42 by pinfall with a discus clothesline, a 68 C+, another solid match rating here. Xavier Woods did some... Oh, no he didn't, he wasn't there guys, fucking ignore that. Xavier Woods did some good work backstage, selling that beatdown for Ronan and Harper. Get your facts right. This match got the crowd hotter. Harper had an in-ring performance of 61, Kofi Kingston 64. Smackdown Tag Team Championship storyline has advanced with this segment. Up next, we've got Joe and Nakamura. They're cutting an interview about their upcoming match with Styles and Jeff Hardy tonight, where they treat them with utter contempt, calling the match a complete waste of time and a foregone conclusion. I didn't write this. This was just basically a generic promo that was there, but basically with Joe and Nakamura backstage, Joe's kind of, doing all the talking. Nakamura there is kind of nodding his head and going, wah, yeah, like all those wee mad Japanese sounds. So, Joe, Nakamura, they seem confident. They seem like they're going to, stroll in tonight, pick up the win. Whether that happens or not, we do not know. But again, both storylines advancing with this segment. Good stuff. 74 B-. The segments have been really good tonight. Delighted so far. Next. And about the decent wrestling but little heat, Carmella defeated Naomi in 7 minutes 16 by submission with a modified head scissors after blatantly cheating. It's got a 62C. And this means that Naomi will not be added to the SmackDown Women's Championship match at SummerSlam. So as things stand, it's still going to be Carmella taking on Asuka one-on-one. This match did its job. It gave the crowd a breather. Naomi had the in-ring performance of 60, Carmella 59. SmackDown Women's Championship storyline has advanced with this segment. So, again, another decent match. We've not had the match below 60 yet, so we're looking good, I think. Up next, we have a John Cena promo package, and it says that John Cena will be making a return to the WWE at SummerSlam, and he has a major announcement. So, big match, John will be returning to the WWE at SummerSlam. What is this major announcement? We do not know yet, but this got a 77 B rating, another solid rating. Big match, John, always delivering when you need him. Next. We've got Mandy Rose now set to make her debut. So Mandy Rose is set to make her debut after last week refusing to do so and deeming the WWE Universe unworthy of seeing her compete. Rose appears on the Titantron showing ring gear she says is hideous. Rose says she deserves an outfit worthy of a goddess and that she refuses to compete tonight wearing this. Rose says if the GM wants her to compete next week, then she better start meeting her demands. So Mandy Rose, basically complaining about the backstage crew, the clothing crew or the attire crew, giving her basically a horrible outfit, and she says she wasn't going to compete in that. She's a goddess, and she's not going to wear some hideous fucking wrestling gear. So got a 50D plus, not as good as her whole fake debut thing last week, but again, it's okay, I guess. It's advanced the storyline, the Golden Goddess storyline, so will she get heat with Paige from this? Who knows? We will find out. But as for now, 50D plus, the weakest rating of the show so far. But if that is the weakest we do, I'll be delighted. So let's move on. Up next, and about that subpar wrestling and little heat, Eric Young defeated Ty Dillinger in 7:35 by pinfall with a spike pile driver, 49D plus. Ty Dillinger not suited to his gimmick. Young in-ring performance of 52, Ty Dillinger 42, and I was just about to say if that Mandy Rose thing, if that was the lowest rating, I'd be happy, and straight away it gets beaten in the exact fucking next segment with Eric Young defeating Ty Dillinger. Pish. moving on. So we have the Miz TV with Paige. Now, Miz introduces us to the most must-see talk show in WWE history, Miz TV. His special guest, the Smackdown General Manager Paige. Miz questions Paige on what kind of GM allows such a D-list indie jobber on their show. So Miz says, last week that little goat-faced troll tried to call me out on the set of my latest movie. I'm an A-list celebrity. Nobody disrespects me like that. Daniel Bryan is nothing more than a wrestler, a vanilla goat, a one-time wonder. I've got more important things going on in my life. I'm a movie star, TV star, talk show star, superstar, entertainer, and the most must-see WWE champion in history. The WWE title is what I'm focusing on going forward, not Daniel Bryan. He can go back to NXT, or even better yet, Ring of Honor, and kill himself in front of 50 fans. So Daniel Bryan, Miz pretty heated so far. Paige responds, well, listen, Miz, while you may be all of that, you're still contracted to the WWE. That means showing up on Smackdown every week, whether it be to perform in the ring, host Miz TV, or even respond to Daniel Bryan. So we had a couple of extra notes here that I couldn't fit in. So here we go. So Miz now responds. Respond to Daniel Bryan? Are you kidding me? Don't you listen. I swear you're almost as bad as the last general manager of this show. Would Dwayne Johnson respond to James Ellsworth if he called him out? No, he would not. A-listers do not respond to jobbers. Then Paige replies, yes, Miz, I do listen, but not to you. I listen to the WWE Universe. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not really an A-lister or any different from Daniel Bryan or even myself who have appeared on TV. Miz puts his hands up in the air. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. I'm going to stop you right there. Bryan is nothing more than a supporting character on his little gold-digging wife's second-rate TV show. As for you, Paige, I'm sorry to inform you, but having a couple of homemade videos go viral online does not make you a star. Yeah, guys, had to go there, man. Those porn vids were great. They did go viral. I watched them a million times each, so, I mean, fair play on Paige. I mean, she's more over than the entire women's roster, you know what I mean? So, she's definitely got a bit of fame there anyway. So, an irate Paige slaps the Miz. Paige, how dare you? You really want to be a star? Then at SummerSlam, you'll star in your own A-list match when you take on Daniel Bryan. Miz shouts, no. Well, Paige and the rest of the WWE Universe chant, yes. So there you go, guys. That was Miz TV. I thought that was pretty good. I went there with the whole, porn thing. Why not? Fuck it. We're going to make this a bit edgy. I mean, if I follow the WWE 2018 guidelines, it's going to be boring and vanilla as fuck. So, yes, we are going to make it a bit edgy. Now, we're probably not going to get, fucking live sex celebrations, but screw it. People like The Miz, the main event stars, I think they can go a bit edgy and do things like that, and that's what The Miz did. He made it personal with Paige, and now Paige has made a very personal match at SummerSlam, and it will be The Miz taking on Daniel Bryan. 68C+, I would have liked better than that, to be honest, but it just didn't happen. The Miz improvised well throughout the segment. Paige struggled a lot because others weren't following a script. The segment deserved better announcing. The angle got the crowd hotter. Miz looked good. Paige looked lost. SmackDown, the match in the making storyline, has its fans with this segment, but it's lost heat. So basically, it looks like Paige let this whole thing down. Is she the best person to be SmackDown General Manager? Probably not. We could do with someone better. But as for now, we've got Paige, and we will have to deal with Paige. 68C+. And obviously, Paige made a match after that. And in a decent match, The Miz defeated Sin Cara in 11:59 by pinfall with a skull-crushing finale. Sin Cara is not suited his gimmick. As planned, this match brought the fans back down a little. The Miz had an in-ring performance at 68, Sin Cara 47, 62C. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Then after this, the announcers put over the fact that we'll be seeing The Miz take on Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. What a match that's going to be. A match we've been waiting almost 7-8 years, and now we're finally getting it at the biggest party of the summer. 76B rating. Solid. Up next, I've got the Iconic duo. They're backstage getting their makeup done. They talk and share a laugh about how they screwed Charlotte last week. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce say they're both more glamorous and more worthy of the title queen. Speaking of the queen, Charlotte appears out of nowhere, attacking the Iconic duo, getting the upper hand at first. However, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay get the upper hand on Charlotte and deliver a 2-on-1 beatdown. This is advanced the storyline, and it's gained heat, 58C-. And then Becky Lynch to the rescue, so the straight fire, ginger, Irish, last kicker, Becky Lynch jumps in on the Iconics to save her best friend. Charlotte gets back up, and the 4-women brawl before being separated by officials. It's advanced the storyline again, so far, so good. 54C- rating. Not bad. It did its job. I was expecting this to do kind of worse, actually, due to the Iconics, but I did rate the whole segment on their sex appeal, and hopefully it's paid off. Next. Really? Right, so with Daniel Bryan taking on Shelton Benjamin, and about that great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Daniel Bryan defeated Shelton Benjamin in 13:35 by submission with a no-lock. Daniel Bryan and Shelton Benjamin have great chemistry, and it showed in their performance. The match needed more time in order to tell the story it was designed for. The match needed more time in order to achieve the aim it was designed for. Daniel Bryan had an in-ring performance in 93, Benjamin 67, and perhaps that's me. Maybe I fucked that up, guys. I do not know. What did I book it for? Did I fuck up? I wanted the match to be a technical masterclass, and apparently I didn't give it long enough. Apparently 13:35 isn't long enough for a technical masterclass, so I think I've made a mistake there. This should have been a really good match, especially with the chemistry that Daniel Bryan and Shelton Benjamin have, but looks like I've messed up, guys. And yeah, 57C-. Should have been a lot better. I cannot believe that we had a Daniel Bryan Shelton Benjamin match that only did a 57C. Fucking raging with that, guys. Anyway, let's move on. Not a lot I can do about it now. Garbage. So after that, we've got Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles are backstage talking in the locker room. Hardy thanks AJ for having his back last week. Styles says their opponents tonight are cowards who only attack from behind. Well, tonight that's not going to be possible because himself and Jeff have each other's back. It's got a 75B-. Both storylines have advanced with this segment. And in the main event, Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura. And about that great wrestling in good heat, Nakamura and Joe defeated Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles in 17:38 when Joe defeated Jeff Hardy by pinfall with a muscle buster. Jeff Hardy was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance, which is kind of sad. Joe is getting better at his gimmick. The match deserved better announcing. This match got the crowd buzzing. AJ Styles had an in-ring performance at 87, Jeff Hardy 65, Nakamura 83, and Samoa Joe 79. Both segments again have advanced. Both storylines again, have advanced with this segment. No worker improvements. So yeah, Jeff Hardy does seem to be the weak link at the moment. Maybe we need to book him in matches that are more suitable to his character. Who knows? 75B-, so not the greatest thing in the world. Not the worst either. I think this might have been, I don't know if I'm right in saying this, I think this might have been the main event, so we'll go on and see what the show got now. Yeah, end show. Decent show. Hope we get in the 70s, but I'd be surprised if we do, to be honest. Probably me screwing up that Daniel Bryan match has cost us. A 62C. Fuck. So, not good, guys. Not good at all. The crowd was disappointed in not getting any matches that had their aim set to being storytelling. This is not the same thing as actually advancing a storyline. The general feeling is that WWE don't have enough interesting storylines going on. The show lost its popularity in 33 regions. So we didn't even gain popularity in any regions. Terrible. I'm looking at the show. It got off to a strong start, obviously with the Miz arriving. And then the Bar defeating the Club. It was a good match to start off with. And then it ended well with the two titles, and the backstage thing and the tag team match itself. But I think in between, just too much let us down. Miz TV could have been better if Paige had performed, and the Daniel Bryan Shelton Benjamin match could have been a lot better if I didn't fuck up. So I'll take that one on the chin. It's probably my fault. We could have done a lot better than 62, but we didn't. And we're probably in trouble, man. It's 6 shows now, and we've not broke into the 70s. Still yet to get a B. Unbelievable stuff. Alright, so in terms of the show, we did an 8,800 sellout. TV rate was a 19.5. Not quite sure where that stands in terms of the last shows. We'll go and check. And we've got some news here. Chris Jericho's announced that he and his band will be going on tour in 3 months. The length of the tour and the venue schedule has not been announced yet, but it's spoken as so it looks like Chris Jericho not going to be wrestling them for the next 3 months. Tony Storm has been fired. Strange. What else have we got? Any other major news? Probably not. I mean, the lower you go down, the less chance there is of fucking anything good being here. No, it doesn't look like it. So, major news. Chris Jericho, new tour. Nothing else really matters apart from that. Gargano wants to be brought up to the main roster, as does Percy Watson, Drake Woods, Jackson Riker, Jeet Rama, Ethan Carter the Ford, Kathy Kelly, and obviously Bray Wyatt has decided to relocate. So, interesting stuff there. We'll mark all this as red, or unread, or I don't fucking know, man. Mark it as unread, or select all. And then, well, if we read it or not, fuck, I don't know. Why the fuck wouldn't it let me read it as... I don't get this, man, right. Fuck it. Oh, what's this? No, they're not happy with the ratings. Okay, so we need to try and fix that. That's awful. Like, to be honest, the ratings are pretty bad at the moment. I know we need to do better. Definitely need to try and get the shows. I don't know. Try and do fucking something. Right, hold on. Select all, then delete all. Get rid of them. Right. In terms of what we can do, guys, I'll be honest, I do not really fucking know. We're struggling. I guess all we can do is try and wait to SummerSlam. See if we put in a better show there. I think we might. What we got in terms of the top 100. You see that show pretty low. Our 5th best show. Just beating the debut show. So still, it looks like the 2 shows that we did in week 2, still the best, both 69s. And we head now into the final week before SummerSlam, where I'm hoping we can finally have something good. Now, in terms of that Smackdown, was there any matches that sneaked into the top 10? There was. If you look again, there was Samoa Joe and Nakamura defeating Jeff Hardy and Styles, and I think that was it. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only match that made it the top 10. My fault, to be honest. That Daniel Bryan Shelton Benjamin match should have easily been top 10, just did not happen. There you go. I am actually concerned, how far back that Smackdown show was. But again, I think it's my fault with the whole Daniel Bryan Shelton Benjamin thing. I could have booked that a lot better, and it probably, would have got us a much better overall show rating. Just didn't happen. I fucked up. I'll take responsibility for it, as you should do. And is that probably going to do it for us, guys? Or do we want to check anything else, really? I'm not quite sure. I guess we'll check the storylines. We'll see what they're looking like. And then we will move on. And hopefully next week's shows are better. That's all I can hope for. So as for Raw, we've got B Team to be deleted. It's got 48 D plus heat. Lesnar Lashley's got 71 C plus. Money in the Bank between Owens and Strowman, 61. Relationship problems with Sasha Banks and Bayley, 49 D plus. Rousey Stephanie, 63. Shield versus Ziggler McIntyre, 76 B minus. And the Women's Championship match got 43 D. So really, that's the only feud that's doing great at the moment. Lashley and Lesnar's doing alright, but I would like that to get better. We've got Lesnar and Heyman on the show for the last week, the go home show for Raw. So I'm hoping we can improve the heat in this feud and try and get them up to, at least in the B category. That's for SmackDown. We've got the IIconics versus the Queen, 52D+. Match in the making with Daniel Bryan and Miz, 73B-. Tag Team Championship, 70C+. Golden Goddess, going to 45D. The US Championship storyline feud between Hardy and Nakamura for 74B-. The Women's Championship, 63C. And the World Championship, 75B-. So you can see SmackDown definitely with more heat in the storylines at the moment, but Raw doing the better shows. Strange one, but what can we do, guys? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Would we like to make any signings? Let's have a quick look and see who is currently unemployed. And is there anybody that we would like to bring in? Popularity, at least a draw. You need to be a draw, I think, for us to consider bringing you in. Got Bill Goldberg. Maybe bring him back. Bret Hart's no interest in coming back. CM Punk. He wouldn't come back, let's be honest. The guy fucking hates us. Batista. I think bringing Batista back would be cool. There's no bringing back Dusty Rhodes, he's dead. Eddie Guerrero, unfortunately, dead as well. Edge is retired with neck injury problems. Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, man. You know what? This could be a GM material. I mean, I think strong friendship with Hulk Hogan, strong dislike of Steiner, blood relative of Garrick Bischoff, strong friendship with Bruce Pritchard. Could we bring back Eric Bischoff? If I signed him, I'm not kind of sure what role I'd put him in at the moment. If I look at his skills, microphone skills are good, charisma's good, acting's good, respect. Obviously, he's a good heel. He's got 90, Weasel 90. I think we could maybe bring back Eric Bischoff. You know what? Like, I'm not sure what would put him as a GM, but considered to be a locker room leader, egotistical, ruthless, extremely manipulative, considered to be dependable, considered to be social, considered to be extremely bold, considered to be driven, usually a negative influence. Leave it with me, guys. Would you like to see me bring back Eric Bischoff? Let me know down below. If so, then where would he go? To be honest, I've always wanted to try and get Kurt Angle out of that Raw GM position. I do want to get him back as a member of the active roster. And I believe that he could maybe be replaced one day by Eric. So we'll have to wait and see. Hogan. Could we bring back Hulk Hogan? Is known to have had a drinking problem in the past. Soft drugs, hard drugs, steroids. Considered to be extremely egotistical, manipulative, social, mercenary, bold, conservative, usually an extremely negative influence. So, Hulk Hogan. Bring this guy in if you want your company to fail, man. Strong friendship with Eric Bischoff, strong dislike of Bret Hart, strong dislike of Scott Steiner. Fuck, it would cost a lot of money, but we could maybe bring the Hulkster back. You've got Mick Foley. We've already had a run. Ric Flair. Could Ric Flair come back? Could he be a GM? Ricky Steamboat. Steve Austin. Sting. Dwayne Johnson and Ultimate Warrior. For anybody else, let's see, maybe not a draw, but a bit well known. I think that added like literally one more person. You got Christian Cage there now. Dos Caros Jr. Whoever the hell this is. His best friend is Drew McIntyre? Really? Wait, is that Alberto Del Rio? Blood relative. Oh, that is Alberto Del Rio. Dos Caros Jr. I didn't know he's best friends with Drew McIntyre. He's got similar intentions with Triple H, just split up from Paige. Okay, strange. He doesn't like the Miz either. Anything else we got here? Rob Van Dam. I wouldn't mind bringing Rob Van Dam back. But I don't know, man. That's probably it. Again, I think I want another person just up. Theodore Long, Big Teddy. Could we bring him back? He could be a GM, couldn't he? A regional star, let's see. Aaron Stevens. AJ Lee, Big Boss Man's dead. Brie Diana, Kristen Cage, Colin Cassidy's been released. Diamond Dallas Page. Who else have we got here? Got Matt Morgan, Ken Shamrock, Kevin Nash. Ron Simmons, Scott Hall. Scott Hall's 59. What's Kevin Nash? 59. I mean, these guys are probably never going to make a return. I think their days of wrestling are over. I just cannot imagine Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, wrestling at their age, which is sad, man. It is an end of an era. It fucking is. It's definitely the end of an era. But, yeah, that's it, man. We're not going to get anybody just yet. Maybe I will look at that, as another possibility. But, yeah, guys, that is going to do it then. That is the end of this week's Total Extreme Wrestling. I guess there's one thing we could do just before we go. We could check the TV ratings. We'll have a quick look at that. Show history. So let's see here. 19.5, 19.95, 19.44, 18.8, 18.38, 18.83. So we're all kind of similar. There's no major changes in the TV ratings. It's just the actual show ratings themselves are not good enough. And if that keeps up, then obviously the sponsors, the cable providers, they will be complaining and they will want something done about it. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to the next show. And until next time, guys, peace, son of Scotland. Peace.